Sunday Night Football just wrapped up, so let's recap all the games that happened today. So sit back and let's get into it. In a crazy comeback win, the Commanders took down the Eagles. Everything was going great for the Eagles, but then Jalen Hurts went down with a concussion, which then led to Kenny Pickett going into the game. I mean, they still scored a couple of touchdowns, but in the second half, didn't look good for the offense. In the second half, it was all Jane Daniels. Had 5 total touchdowns, 3 of them coming within the fourth quarter to make that comeback. If it wasn't obvious already, this is your Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Panthers offense put on a clinic and took down the Cardinals in OT. Cardinals offense ran through James Conner today, putting up over 160 yards, but then when he went down, the offense just stopped moving. The Panthers offense ran through Chuba Hubbard today, rushing for 152 rushing yards and ran for the game-winning touchdown in overtime, which sealed the deal and officially ended the Cardinals season. The Lions continue their dominance on offense and stay undefeated on the road after their win against the Bears. Jared Goff had himself over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. Gibbs showed up to carry the load without his boy Montgomery, over 100 yards and a touchdown. And man, Jamo went off, 143 yards and a touchdown. The Bears offense didn't really do much other than Caleb Williams throwing a 50-yard dot to his boy Keenan Allen. The Bengals took care of business and the defense finally showed up to play today, only giving up 6 points. But also the Browns offense is really that bad. They switched from Jameis Winston over to DTR and they still can't move the ball. Joe Burrow had himself 3 touchdowns. He 100% needs to be part of the MVP discussion. For the Falcons, even with their rookie quarterback playing his first game ever, had a cakewalk win against the Giants. Michael Penix in his debut, 200 passing yards and an interception, but it wasn't his fault. And you're wondering how the Falcons scored. Well, the defense got themselves 2 touchdowns while Bijan had another 2. The Giants confirmed it today. They're officially the worst team in the league. The Rams traveled across the country and took down the Jets at shit life. Kyrie Williams carried this offense today, rushing for 122 yards and a touchdown. And the Jets, they did score 1 touchdown. Aaron Rodgers connected with his boy Davante Adams. But it seems like Garrett Wilson's been miserable on the Jets ever since Davante Adams arrived. Would not be surprised if he requested a trade this offseason. The Colts almost blew it at the end, but they held on to the lead and beat their divisional rivals, the Titans. JT went absolutely ballistic today, rushing for over 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. And AR also had himself a pair of touchdowns. And the Titans were so close to coming back and could have won this game if Mason Rudolph didn't suck. In a close battle between 2 winning teams, the Vikings come out victorious. Jay Jettas refused to let this team lose today because he had 10 receptions, 144 yards, and 2 touchdowns. That's why he's the best receiver in football. And Geno Smith, once again, loses the game for the Seahawks. Seahawks need to get a new quarterback. I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but JSN is the best receiver on the Seahawks. The Patriots blew it in the second half and lost to the Bills. They just cannot hold the ball on offense. They had 4 fumbles today, which allowed James Cook to carry that fraud Josh Allen to victory. My Dolphins keep their season alive and take down the Niners. Devon Achane, one of the best running backs in football, had over 190 yards today, including a 50-yard rushing touchdown to seal the deal. And why the Deebo Samuel had to have his best game of the season against us. He's been terrible all year, but then against us, couldn't be stopped. But either way, a game-losing interception by Brock Purdy officially ended the Niners season. And in a battle between 2 shitty teams, one shitty team rose above the other. The Raiders just don't know how to tank correctly. You had the number 1 pick, and what do? You decide to win a meaningless game. At least the Jaguars know how to tank, and man, Brian Thomas Jr., absolute stud. He may be even better than both Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr. And to end off the night on Sunday Night Football, the Cowboys took down the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers had a chance to come back and win at the end, but then Rachaad White fumbles on the very first play of the first drive. And it's official, we have a new kicker king in the league, and his name is Brandon Aubrey. This man's kicking 50-yard field goals like it's nothing.